Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we are on Cece's account, and not only has she already gotten the new Rosie cosmetic skin, which does look amazing, more importantly she has Paragon 4, well not even Paragon 4, Crown Athalia. She was saving up this season to go all in on Athalia and she's done it. We're going to be trying her in duel mode. Unfortunately, in Supreme Arena, she is rank 1. In regular arena, people are Paragon 2 and below. We're not going to be able to get a good test. We will have to take it to duel. Okay, guys, so I want to show you the defense formation we're running, because it is a pretty interesting concept. It's with the Surging spell, and it will be Shakir on the tile to allow him to immediately cast his ultimate. From this position, Shakir immediately casts his ultimate, unless the opponent has Dunlinger. Dunlinger can prevent it, and that is why I don't know whether this is actually an amazing team, because Dunlinger kind of completely shuts it down. But Lily May cannot counter it, because Lily May will run into the Nero, and Nero is going to give his charm bonus onto Athalia to increase her damage output. So we have replay from Avid Researcher. He's actually running the Taline Tasi comp, which you would think would be like one of the most powerful versions of Athalia. Let's see what happens here. So we're on the red side, as you can see. So we're on the red side. Shakir's going to ult immediately. Already burst down the opponent. Athalia's just sitting there in the back, right? Which is kind of weird. She's not even... Then she dashes into the fight, trying to get a kill. She's targeting Athalia, casts her ultimate, and she's already going to kill the enemy Athalia off of that. Okay. Tasi gets taken to another dimension. I believe, yeah, the posing Athalia cast her ultimate, but she was in the lance form, so it wasn't as high damage. Athalia's kind of just standing there, because I guess there's no target for her to attack because of the concealed tiles or something. And when there is a target, she jumps onto them. I'm going to try attacking, and I want to begin. So Ants we're having, I guess, a bit of trouble with trying to break him. So trying to Tossie Bonnie, honestly interesting. Interesting comp. So how do we want to do it? I think Wilder Athalia probably makes the most sense. Siren Paragon 3, okay. We'll try it. All Miss Charms, honestly, I think you could give them to Siren. Siren's going to be dealing pretty high damage from the beginning of the match. And then we can just have Tasi right up front. I think this should be fine. They're going to have Citrana. And does she have her skill plus? No, she doesn't have that. But it's just going to be Bonnie and Citrana. They're going to reduce our healing potential with the vitality. I think we should be fine here. Let's see what happens. So Athalia's going to run up. Boom. Already got a kill. Are you kidding me? 85 seconds left. Another kill. And now the concealed is over. It's just over. Like, this was not even any competition, right? So I guess they were trying different comps against this, but like, this defense gets completely shredded by Athalia. Athalia plus Siren combo is deadly. Oh, they're running the... Wait. They're running the defense that we've set as well? But I feel like Dunlinger would just hard shut it down. Completely shut it down. Why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? Keep the Wilders. Go for the Dunlinger. And, go for the Dunlinger. Lenya would probably be better. Lenya is a pretty good idea. We'll go for something like this. Yeah, we'll go for something like this. We'll have more damage potential, and I don't think they're going to be able to burst through. Because we will prevent their ultimates, and then we're just probably going to shred. Dunlinger's almost... Okay, Dunlinger goes down, so that's not good, because we wanted to have our ally survive for that as long as possible. Now Athalia's going to kill my Athalia, so we're probably going to lose from this position. So even against Dunlinger, it's actually holding its own. But this is not an optimal Dunlinger comp. We'll have to go for a full Hypogean Celestial Dunlinger comp. But I was thinking, could Wilders work? That's what I wanted to see. Lenya's dynamic balance, right? We need Lenya to do something. Whoa, okay. We might still win here. We might still win. We won, but just barely. That was like really close. Yeah, Lenya did massive damage, and she would. The thing was, Dunlinger needed more protection. Basically, that was a problem. So I think we could probably find a better positioning for this comp. But that one did technically work. But now we're going to try Hypogean Celestial. But I think Dunlinger is kind of essential. That Shakir insta-ult is too much to deal with. Yeah, along with, like, you need to shut it down with Dunlinger. So I think it has to be Dunlinger, but it's just a question, do you want to do Hypogean Celestial or do you want to do Wilders with Dunlinger, which also technically did work. Okay, what other Celestial? So people are thinking Taline does well, but I think Twins do so well with Athalia. We'll do Siren, we'll do Ludovic as well. Have Siren off to the side and Ludovic, because I think Bonnie doesn't have great synergy in this comp, honestly. I think the problem is that the dynamic balance. We can have... Oh, we can go like this. Because Ludovic is unaffected, so Ludovic will not be able to position swap be position swapped. This should work, right? I think this should work. Dundinger, okay, we don't have the damage. We got a kill, right? Athalia got a kill. That's good. Siren is still alive thanks to the Ludovic healing. That's really nice. And now we got it. Yeah, that's easy. So this is the comp also you guys have seen from testing it before. The Hypergean Celestial comp from the Pioneer server. This is probably your best option. If you're going to run a Hypergean Celestial comp running around Athalia, it is going to be, yeah, Ludovic to heal. And then you have the twins for their early ultimate. And you have Dundinger to deny the opponent ultimate if you need to block out. But we did find that a wild comp was able to beat this. So I want to try some other versions of wild comps that might be more consistent into this. We have to go for Dundinger, right? That is what we decided. We have to go for Dundinger, we have to go for Athalia. So that leaves only 3 wild heroes. Now the question is, how do we want to do it? I'm honestly even considering like just going for Dundinger on the tile to protect him for longer. Because Dundinger is basically the only hero who should be dying. Tassi, with the Damien charm, she should be able to survive this, right? She should be able to survive the onslaught of the opponent. This is going to get the maximum concealed duration for our team, right? Tassi's alive. Good, she took it. Damien goes down, but that's fine. We get a kill. Okay, Almas does go down. So eventually an ally is going to die. But this is working. That worked actually really nicely. Dundinger on the tile. 29, that was beautiful. Tassi did well, although she did get a bit low on health. I was a little bit worried that she was just going to get nuked through the opponent. But, okay, so that definitely is one option. The other kind of option we could do is just have Dundinger as far back as possible, and then maybe run the Lily May? The thing is, Lily May just doesn't get value because we block the enemy ultimates. I think it has to be... Lenya looks really promising. I like Lenya in this comp a lot. But let's try this. Almas in front of the Athalia. Okay, so they're attacking. The Dundinger got... Okay, Surging Spell protects him. That is good. There we go. There we go. Nice. Beautiful. Okay. That was a really clean win as well. Having the Almas charms onto Athalia rather than Lenya. But Lenya did like nothing. Lenya didn't do anything. So would it just be better to have Lily May to nuke at the beginning? Maybe it would just be better to have Lily May to nuke at the beginning. We'll try that. But definitely a comp like this is the way. But you don't have to run Dundinger and Wild Athalia. Wild Athalia does well even without Dundinger. We're only using Dundinger because this opponent comp, which is actually the defense we're running, is so ultimate reliant, right? It has a Shakira immediately ultimating, all those things. But this is perfect. Having Dundinger back a little bit with the Damien charm bonus and the healing is just enough that along with the surging spell, he's able to survive for long enough. And it prevents anyone from being killed on our team. So that is a pretty convincing wins. Now, is there any other person who has Athalia on defense, or do we just want to wreck regular teams with Athalia now? Okay, here's an Athalia team. Interesting. Yeah, people are running a team like this. We don't want to run Dundinger here, obviously. And I think I'm going to go for Tassi as a final hero. Yeah, Tassi rather than Lily May. I think Tassi overall gets more value in the fight compared to Lily May, but let's see what happens here. So here, the difference between us two is that I feel like Almas is more difficult to kill compared to the enemy Tassi. But that might not be true. Let's see. So Almas is still alive. The longer we're alive, the better it is for our team. That means that we're having longer concealed duration on our carries in the back. I think both of our Athalias have entered the Lance form, right? So now it will come down to the remaining team who can survive for longer. If we ran Lily May here rather than Tassi, I don't think it would have given us an advantage. I think the one of the big counters to enemy Athalia is Tassi. So now what I want to try is we're going to go for a Tassi Talion comp without Athalia. Try to beat the enemy Athalia with the Tassi Talion comp with like Bonnie, for example, and try to stall them out, because that is the other way to deal with these Athalia comps. So, go for this. Bonnie. And final hero, we need to complete the faction talents, so we can't go for like Citrana, for example. We'll have to complete the faction talents. Lily May is more of a stall strat, or it could be Haywin. It could be, we'll try Haywin first, the typical stall strategy. And I want to try the nuking artifact first. We'll try Storm Strike. Now, in this comp, it is important to have Haywin and Bonnie protected on the tiles, and Tassi up front to take aggro of the opponent first. But let's see what happens here. As long as the opponent can one-shot the Tassi, we're fine. But enemy Athalia, sometimes with great RNG, they can just get a crit and one-shot Tassi from full, and then she won't even proc her invincibility. But that was a pretty easy win. Like, when you see that, that was a pretty easy clear of this comp, which shows you that Athalia is not like an uncounterable hero. Although she is strong, a team like this, which is one of the previous best defenses ever to exist, Tassi, Athalia, and Bonnie combo, is still dominating it, kind of. But definitely that is also related to factional talents, right? I think that factional talents overall give other heroes more value compared to Athalia. I want to see really Athalia's use in regular arena, but unfortunately we can't do a fair test from this account. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I thought we got a lot of good showcases in, and a big thank you to CC for letting us use her account. It is a beautiful account, and it was a lot of fun to do all of this testing. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Get a better idea of how Athalia is working in PvP. Just do keep in mind the final point is her charm effect in this season, which I don't think I talked about, is that it is going to make her unaffected. Basically, give her a shield, 450% attack shield, for 15 seconds, and while the shield is active, she will remain unaffected. That is good for her abilities, because she takes a few seconds to begin casting her vengeance charge and snowballing from that point, and so to have this survival and immunity to control effects is a good option as an artifact. However, for Dream Realm, this is terrible, right? This is not offensive at all, and this is why people are conflicted. Like, in the next season, they want to have Dream Realm oriented artifacts onto Athalia, with like giving her high damage, like a Harok type artifact, because then maybe she will actually be a pretty good option for Dream Realm. But so far, we haven't gotten enough time. We'll have to wait for the full rotation of all the Dream Realm bosses, but then we will have an idea of how Athalia is doing, at least for the endless bosses. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That's gonna be it for this one. If you have not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. Let's hit it before the end of the season. Thank you guys for the support. Please feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video, where we chat about everything related to AFK Journey. But thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.